Hello friends, this is the Scythe Wielder. I want to give you some discoveries from Scripture that are relevant for understanding the mystery that is Babylon the Great. Many people want to call it Rome, and many people want to call it Jerusalem. I think neither one of those are correct, and I'll give you the reasons why. It does have something to do with the Jews. They are guilty of killing all the prophets, and Jesus said that they were the synagogue of Satan. And Babylon was ruled by Lucifer, or Satan. So we need to start with Babylon. Starting with Babylon, I'm going to remind you about Jeconiah, who was king of Judah near the end of the kingdom. The king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, came and took the throne away from Jeconiah and gave it to his uncle Zedekiah, and made covenant with him. Took Jeconiah back to Babylon, put him in prison, and there Jeconiah made covenant with the king of Babylon, and the noblemen that went with him to Babylon made oaths. In other words, the real leadership of Judah transferred their loyalty, their covenant loyalty, from the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to the God of Babylon, Marduk, or Satan. 30 years into the captivity of Jeconiah, the Bible tells us in two places that the king of Babylon, calling him their evil Merodach, another name for Marduk, took Jeconiah out of prison, gave him a stipend, put good clothes on him, started feeding him at the king's table, and actually set him in charge or over all of the other kings at the table. Now, when I say other kings of Babylon, you need to understand that Babylon was a multinational empire. It was an empire of trade. And the Bible tells us in the Old Testament many of the nations that were involved in trade with Babylon. Jeconiah was set over them all. And in Ezekiel 17, the Bible tells us why that happened. And it actually became a way for Marduk, evil Marduk, to hide Babylon inside of Judaism. Remember that the leaders of the Jews were not followers of the God of Abraham anymore. They were followers of the God of Babylon. And now later on, the Persians took over Babylon. Babylon didn't disappear. It didn't go away. It hid inside Judaism. King of Persia, while the king of Persia made a law which forced many, or made many Gentiles feel like they had to become Jews in order to stay alive. So we have a Judaism that is headed by the Babylonians by conversion, and then added to by many other Gentiles. At the end of the Judean captivity, only the Hebrews could go back to Judah. So the other Gentile Jews, they didn't have an inheritance in Judah, so they couldn't go back there. However, there was this international commerce that was run by the Jews that they could still be useful in, and therefore they remained a very influential part of Judaism. Now, when Jesus was speaking to the Jews, he said that their father was the devil, and that they would do the will of their father. And John, in the Revelation, says that those who call themselves Jews are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan. So the mystery of Babylon the Great is that it's called Jews. They call themselves Jews, but really they're people of Babylon. And brings up another point. The Bible tells us that one of the kings of Babylon will come up out of his grave like a branch that was rejected, and then he will not go back into the grave because he kills his own people. I believe that the eighth beast that destroys Mystery Babylon the Great is actually king of Babylon who kills his own people, and then for that destruction goes into the lake of fire rather into another grave. Well, I hope this explains some mystery to you, and this is Cy the Wielder signing off. Thank you.